Found a green telephone booth at the edge of the square. The glass was covered in old stickers, but nobody was there. I stepped inside to hear the rain against the metal roof, then noticed writing on the glass, a message without proof. It said, if you found this place tonight, you're probably wide awake. I laughed and took a photograph of somebody else's mistake. I dialed a random number just to hear somebody speak. A woman answered from a diner 3 blocks down the street. She said, come and tell me why you're calling from that phone. I said, I don't have a good excuse. She laughed, then don't come along. Green telephone, ringing in the rain. Funny little accident running through my brain. Green telephone, what a strange surprise. One impossible connection right before my eyes. We met beside the diner. She wore a yellow coat. She said, you really made that call? I said, apparently I did. Green telephone, ringing in the rain. Funny little accident running through my brain. Green telephone, what a strange surprise. One impossible connection right before my eyes. The booth was empty when I walked back through, but somebody had written good night on the glass.
paper moon above the rooftops, a yellow light at every turn. The little engine keeps on running, and I've got nothing left to learn.
Ride, ride, don't slow down. Take me somewhere out of town. Every street becomes brand new when I choose where I'm going to. Ride, ride, let it roll. Leave the old plans in the cold. Tonight I don't need anyone to tell me where I should belong.
The red scooter disappears around the final bend, and for the first time in a while, I don't know where the road will end.
Sunday afternoon, rain tapping on the glass. I found a few old coins inside my denim bag. The arcade down the corner was louder than before. Machines were flashing colors across the polished floor. I saw a girl beside the racer, laughing at my score. She said, "You call that winning? Then beat me once more."
I put another coin in. She moved a little near. The speakers played a melody I hadn't heard in years. One more game, one more try. Watch the colors flying by.
You can laugh when I lose. I don't mind if I choose you.
One more game, stay a while. You just made the whole place smile.
No big words, no grand design.
Just a Sunday that feels right.
The rain kept falling outside, but nobody seemed to care. We traded jokes between the games and shared a packet of chips.
She wrote a number on my hand, then covered it with ink.
Call me when you beat my score.
She laughed before I could blink. One more game, one more try. Watch the colors flying by.
You can laugh when I lose. I don't mind if I choose you.
One more game, stay a while. You just made the whole place smile.
No big words, no grand design.
Just a Sunday
That feels right.
The machines keep flashing. The rain begins to slow. I finally beat her score, but I'm hoping she won't go.
meeting.
You probably won't remember me. I laughed and said, try me. She mentioned that old summer job and the bicycle by the sea.
We talked about ridiculous things, like who was late and who was right. Then she asked if I was still dancing on Friday after 9.
I said, maybe if you come. She said, maybe if you stay.
Neither one of us was looking for a reason to delay. Wrong number, strange connection, right when I was standing still. One small call across the city, and suddenly I feel the thrill. Wrong number, unexpected, nothing planned and nothing sure. If a voice can cross the distance, maybe we can cross it too. The conversation lasted longer than the battery on my phone.
We kept finding little stories neither one had told.
Wrong number, strange connection, right when I was standing still. One small call across the city, and suddenly I feel the thrill. Wrong number, unexpected, nothing planned and nothing sure. I don't know what happens Friday, but I wanna hear your voice once more.
The call was never meant for me. Maybe that's what made it right.
The hallway lights are turning blue. The record skips, then starts anew. I pass the room we never used and find a photograph of you.
You had the jacket with the silver stripe, a cheap cassette, a Saturday night. You wrote a number on the paper sleeve, then disappeared before I could believe.
I kept the picture through the years, not out of sorrow, not from tears. It stayed behind a broken frame, a little proof I knew your name. Tonight, I pull the curtains wide, turn up the speakers by my side. The city flashes through the glass, and suddenly the years move fast. You were a moment I could save, a frozen smile that never changed. Now I can hear the old beat play and let that photograph fade away. You were a moment, nothing more, a memory beside the door. I don't need yesterday tonight, I'm dancing underneath the lights. The picture falls beside my feet. The bass comes in with